It's a new month, it's a new beginning, and how can we set ourselves and our team up for success? That's my topic today. I'm excited you're here because here's the thing. Yes, it is a new beginning. And yes, it is important to rinse and repeat. Let me know whether you've heard that before, right? But maybe you're feeling really high because you've had some amazing results and people on your team did not. And how can you really make sure that you take them on the journey with you without only giving them the rah-rah motivation, which is good, but actually some tangible action steps so they are actually set up for succeeding, for at least moving towards their goals, okay? So I'm excited you're here. Hello and welcome. In case we haven't met before, my name is Katrin from bloomwithkatrin.com, and I'm coming live to you from the beautiful Bavarian forest over here in Germany. Now, please don't be shy. Whether you're joining me live or on the replay, do say hi. Let me know where you're tuning in from so I can circle back around and ask you what's up. Looking forward to be able to do this. And I love helping networkers like yourself build an active dream team here in the online space, leveraging modern day online strategies and doing so with self-confidence, with savvy and soul. And all of that is important. And it is also very important to not just go, yay team, or yay me, it's a new month, a new beginning, let's set some goals, let's go get some. That's all important. But without really setting ourselves and our team up for success, we're really setting ourselves up for failure. Let me know whether you can relate. And here's a great place to start. Okay, and I'm going to give you, and it's actually 7 steps process that's helping me, that's helping my team. And I hope it can give you some ideas and inspire you of how you might make this your own. But here's a great thing to start with. Have a little check-in with your social media presence, with your personal profile. Does it really work in your favor? Okay, and if not, there's an amazing free training coming up in a mastermind group that I'm a part of, and I would love for you to work on your personal profile with us, so you can be sure that not only yourself are set up for success, but so is actually your social media presence. Okay, makes sense? So if that's something you would like to take a closer look at, stay tuned, because I'm going to tell you everything about that in a second. But first, let's dive into that process of setting yourself up for success. Okay, and I would recommend you do this for yourself first, irrespective of whether you lead a huge team or whether you're a leader of one yourself at this point, right? Let's work towards changing that if that's you. And then maybe work with your team and see for yourself, as to how many people are on your team, how many leaders there are. Do you want to do that in a one-on-one setting, that process with them? Do you want to just simply, play this video on your next team training? If that's what you're doing, say hi. Lovely to see you. Right? Or, like work with one-on-one with everybody on your team. Do what fits you, what's right for you. There's not a right and wrong, really. There's only effective or not so effective, okay? So this is what I like to do. I like to do this for myself first, and then I'll go to my leaders and to my team, okay? So here's step number 1 of this setting ourselves up for success process. Ready? Take some notes here today. Number 1 is do a care check-in with yourself. What do I mean? Stop in your tracks. Take 45 minutes for this entire process, okay? Not just for this one. Take maybe 5 minutes out of these 45 to really check in with yourself. How are you feeling physically, emotionally, financially, spiritually? What's going on? What were 3 of your biggest moments since last time you did this, or maybe in your last month, okay? And acknowledge what happened in your life, okay? And this might be business related, it might be personal. Do not get into the emotional hiccup of going, oh yeah, this was so bad, or this was so great, or whatever. Just really acknowledge, remind yourself, hey, these are the 3 main biggest moments of the past month, and this is how I'm feeling. Not necessarily about them, but you may choose to do that, okay? So you're clear on where you are at. And later on, when you do that with your leader, when you do that with your team member, you could also do this with your customers, by the way. Okay, very powerful as well to do it with them. And here's the thing also, especially when it comes to reaching out to your team and making sure that your team is on board and you're really in touch with them. It pains me to hear on so many calls, with ladies looking to possibly, join me on my team. It's like how often I hear that, my upline only reaches out to me at the end of the month to really push me to get some more volume in. And let's not do that. It's not what we're supposed to do in this profession, at least in my humble opinion. Tap on the heart if you agree. I would really love to know that I'm not the only one seeing it that way, okay? So this is a great way to show your team that you truly care about them. So yes, do reach out to them a few times a month, absolutely, but not just to push them towards, getting that volume in, but really have a check-in with them once a month. And here's step number 2. That's very important. As I said, do this for yourself first and then with your team. But this is really important to me. Evaluate. Now, if you've been following me for a while, I'm sure you've heard this before. Evaluation takes balances your emotions and your problem-solving thinking ability, okay, which when you're emotional, it goes this way. So let's evaluate, especially when maybe the last month wasn't really successful for you, maybe not in a high place, but maybe, just a team member maybe left your team, right? It happens to us all. So how can we evaluate, okay? And here it is. Find 3 things in your control. In your control. You can't control other people and what they're doing, okay? You can only control yourself. So evaluate, find 3 things that worked about what you did, okay? Whatever these might be. Then find 2 things and 2 things only, and maybe the main things, okay, that didn't work about what you did. So you're in control of this, okay? And then at the end of it, find 1 thing that you might do differently next time. Okay, so that's the evaluation piece. Clear on that? Helpful? Cool. Let's move on. Now let's set them goals. Okay, if you want to set ourselves up for success, we need to know where we want to go, right? So let's set the goals for the next 4 months. Okay, and let's not just set the goal. Okay, maybe you want to help a team member enroll their first customer, or maybe you want to help a team member enroll their first team member, or whichever numbers apply to you. I'm just making up an example here, right? What about that goal and achieving it is significant for you personally, okay? How is it going to make you feel? How is that going to influence your life, your business results as well, okay? So you clear on that. Next up is your action plan, okay? Because here's the thing. Let me know whether you've ever set a goal and then you all of a sudden did find some time to actually work on it, okay? Shuffling everything aside, and then you just didn't know what to do. Let me know whether you can relate. I'm putting both my hands up because I know that feeling, okay? We don't want that for you. So let's break it down. Let's just brainstorm and put down all your ideas that you have of possible action steps that you might take that will contribute to you reaching that goal. Okay, and really don't judge. Don't say, that's not good, or I need to do this first and then that and whatever. Just really put it on paper. I like to do that just like on the back side of a calendar sheet, right? That works well for me. I really need to do this action. As much as I love everything digital, I need to do that on paper. It's just what's most effective for me. So do it any way it works for you. And then you're going to go ahead and find or prioritize also what needs to happen when. Okay, maybe there's things that need to happen one after the other. Then you can also maybe put them, okay, this is what's supposed to happen or what needs to happen in week number 1, in week 2, in week 3, in week 4. Okay, so you actually know what to do when. And also there's going to be action steps that you want to do daily, like growing your audience, for example, right? Very, very important. Of the perfect prospects, people you can help. Okay, so hope this gives you a few ideas. So you are clear on what needs to happen when, and when that time comes for you or your team members to finally, yay, I've got time now to work, Now you don't need to think, oh, what might I do? But you are clear on what to do. Okay? Make sense? Cool. Next up, put these action steps into your calendar. Repeat this after me. Put your action steps into your calendar. Because if you don't, high chances you're not going to do them. Let me know whether you can relate. I know I can. So for me, this is my boss, if you wish. My calendar is my boss, okay? And I respect that. So I need to put my stuff into my calendar. Obviously, I'm a digital girl, right? Maybe you have a pen and paper calendar that works better for you. Just whatever works for you, but put your action steps into your calendar so you're clear. And you actually get reminders as well from a digital calendar, which is something that I like very much, okay? And then step number 7 already, track your activities, okay? Have a way, me and our team, we use Trello for that, but you can do this in a Google Sheet, however it works for you, on pen and paper if that's what you prefer. But make sure that you don't just have that huge to-do list every day, but that you also have a done list. This is very, very important to be able to evaluate, especially when, time progresses, right? And maybe you fall off the wagon a little bit and, things happen, a big moment, right? And you just kind of like feel, nothing's working anymore. I don't know what to do. No. So instead of getting emotional, you can go to your done lists of every day and you can have a check-in with yourself. Hey, am I on track? Am I doing what I know I need to do to hit my goal? Okay? Very, very powerful. And also when a team member comes to you complaining, like nothing's working, I'm doing all the things, let me know whether you can relate. I know I've done it. I know I've been on the receiving end and on the giving end of that message for sure. Okay? This is really, really powerful to have this tool. Like, invite them, hey, are you tracking your activities? Let's take a look at your tracker. Something's off. Okay, let's evaluate. Maybe there's a training you want to revisit. Maybe this is something that you want to do more of or that you want to get more effective with. It's really going to help you also mentoring your team member rather than training them all the time. Okay? Makes sense? So track your activities. And then last but not least, if you do have a team, reach out to your team and go through this process with them. Help them. Show them that you care enough to create that action plan with them so they are set up for success. And that's going to empower them. Whereas, otherwise you might find yourself building their business or trying to build their business for them. It's the sure and fastest way to burn out, okay? I don't want that for myself. I don't want that for you. I want you to be strong, to be empowered, and to create that business yourself and that success, okay? So I hope these tips, these processes can help you with your team. Very important. Acknowledge them for all that they do, okay? Even if they didn't reach their goal, for example, it happens, right? And as really entrepreneurs, are we really ever satisfied? I mean, seriously, right? There's always the next goal we want to hit, isn't it? Right? But celebrate the little wins, acknowledge people for what they're doing, give them empathy for what's going on in their life, okay? And go through these points with them through these steps, okay? So do a care check-in with them, evaluate, find the goals and what about that is significant to them, create that action plan with them, what needs to happen when, in which week, every day, so they're clear on what to do. Have them put it in their calendar and have them track their activity so they can check in with themselves whether they're on track towards the success, towards the goals, or not so much, okay? And where it is, they might tweak things, okay? And celebrate people's wins, not just on social media. That's cool and very important, and it can really be a motivator for people, but so much more in a personal setting, whether that's on team training, whether it's in a one-on-one, whatever works for you, right? And that can create beautiful duplication, especially as you invite your team members to do that with their team, with their customers as well, because you can go through this process as well with a customer towards their goals, right? So I hope this gives you an idea of how to set yourself and your team up for success. Try it. Let me know how you're going. And again, if you want to also set your personal profile, your social media presence up for success, be sure to check out our free training next week. I'm super excited for that in a free group for, if you really want to set yourself and your personal profile up for success. So people, as you start growing your audience of perfect prospects, these people will check you out. And are you certain that your personal profile really is a great reflection of who you are, what you're all about? So your perfect prospects are just delighted to become your friends. Okay, so check that out. I'm going to put the link down below. If you can't find it or it's not working, just drop group down below and I'm sure to send you that invite. Thanks so much for joining me today. Hope you have a lovely day. It's time for you now to take action on setting yourself and your team up for success. Time for you to bloom. See you next time. Bye.